Today, I'm sharing an essential list of the 20 critical supplies you'll regret not having during a 2025 blackout. Power outages can be unpredictable, and having the right supplies can make a huge difference in keeping you and your loved ones safe, comfortable, and prepared for any emergency. From portable power solutions to food and water essentials, I'll guide you through everything you need. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always prepared for what's ahead. Let's jump right in. 1. Portable solar generator. A portable solar generator is a non-negotiable for blackouts. I learned this the hard way during last winter's blackout. Our house was in total darkness. Meanwhile, my neighbor had power, lights, and heat, thanks to his solar generator. I vowed never to be caught unprepared again. Modern solar generators are compact, powerful, and reliable. I use one with an LFP battery because they last over 10 years with more than 3,500 cycles. That's critical for durability. I make sure mine has at least 5,000 watt Durham of capacity. This ensures it can handle multiple appliances at once. A pure sine wave inverter, minimum 3,000 watts, is a must. Without it, running heavy-duty appliances during a blackout is impossible. MPPT technology is another must-have. It boosts solar charging efficiency by 30%. This makes sure the generator charges quickly even when sunlight is limited. Newer models can recharge from 0% to 80% in just 3 hours of sunlight. That makes all the difference when power is out for days. During blackouts, a solar generator keeps critical devices running: fridges, medical equipment, phones. It's a lifesaver. It ensures food doesn't spoil, health devices work, and you can stay connected. There's no room for delay or indecision when a blackout hits. I won't depend on the grid anymore. Preparedness is everything, and a solar generator is top priority. Learn from my mistake. Get one before the next blackout strikes. 2. Multi-mode emergency lanterns. Plain flashlights won't cut it in a blackout. Emergency lanterns outperform them in durability, runtime, and functionality. I don't leave my home unprepared. My lanterns are built for extremes. They run on solar, batteries, and hand cranks. There's no excuse for these losing power. A single solar charge runs for 72 hours. 1 minute of hand cranking gives 30 minutes of light. That's a reliable backup for any situation. Brightness is key. My lanterns have at least 1,000 lumens. That's enough to light up any space. I don't bother with weak models. During an emergency, every light source counts. Durability matters too. My lanterns have an IPX6 waterproof rating. Rain, floods, or spills, they keep working. You don't want your gear failing when you need it most. Red light functionality is a must. It preserves night vision and keeps things discreet when necessary. I've made sure every lantern I own offers this feature. I keep one in every major room. It cuts down the chaos during outages. No scrambling to find light. It helps everyone stay calm and stick to routines. Having these lanterns is non-negotiable for me. They've proven their worth during blackouts. If you don't have them yet, you'll regret it when the lights go out. 3. High-capacity power banks. When the power goes out, your gadgets are useless without backup. I learned this the hard way during a winter storm. My cheap power bank died after one lousy charge. Never again. Now I only trust reliable brands like Anker or EcoFlow. Anything else isn't worth the risk. I make sure each power bank holds at least 200,000 mAh. That's enough to charge an iPhone 13 5 times. If you rely on medical devices, it could mean days of extra power. No excuses, skimping here can cost you big. One power bank isn't enough. I always keep at least 2. Why? Because redundancy saves lives. Rotate them monthly to keep the batteries in top shape. Forget to do this and you'll regret it when they fail. You can't predict how long a blackout will last. These power banks are lightweight, portable, and life-saving. They'll power your phone for communication, flashlights to see, or small devices like fans for comfort. Don't wait till you're sitting in the dark. Plan ahead. Spending a little extra to get quality power banks is non-negotiable. A cheap model can fail when you need it most. Trust me, it's frustrating and dangerous. Stock up before it's too late. 4. Battery organizer with lithium batteries. When the power goes out, batteries become gold. I learned my lesson after finding corroded, dead ones when I needed them most. That won't happen again. I now keep a reliable battery organizer. It's waterproof, shockproof, and has humidity indicators to protect my stash. Moisture ruins batteries, so this case is non-negotiable. My supply includes lithium AA and AAA batteries. They last longer and don't corrode like alkalines. I also stock D-cell, 9V, and coin batteries. Each has a purpose: flashlights, radios, fire alarms, or small electronics. Everything runs on something. Organization matters. I label every battery with a purchase date. Batteries may last years, but they lose power over time. I inspect my stash every 3 months. If any are weak or expired, I replace them. Don't underestimate coin batteries. They're small but critical for thermometers, hearing aids, or certain remote controls. Forgetting them in a crisis is a rookie mistake. When buying batteries, skip bargain brands. Sticking with reputable names ensures reliability when it counts. Cheap batteries are not a savings. They put you at risk. A power outage isn't the time to raid random junk drawers. Be ready. Secure your batteries with proper storage and regular upkeep. Neglect this, and you'll regret it. 5. Gravity-fed water filter system. Water is non-negotiable. When power goes out, clean water becomes a huge problem fast. That's why I rely on my gravity-fed water filter system. No electricity needed. It's a simple but life-saving solution. My filter can handle up to 3,000 gallons of water. That's enough to cover months of drinking and cooking needs. I don't mess around with subpar gear. I use advanced models like Berkey. These filters remove bacteria, viruses, chemicals, and even microplastics. Water directly from a lake or rain barrel? Not a problem. The strong filtration system makes it safe to drink. Learn from my mistakes. During panic buying, quality filters sell out in minutes. I went without one for too long. Never again. I invested in an NSF ANSI 53 certified model early. It's affordable insurance. If you wait for disaster, you'll regret it. Gravity-fed filters are portable, reliable, and efficient. Stocking up on extra filters is smart too. A system without replacement filters is useless. Plan ahead or you'll pay the price. Don't forget the basics. Storing water is one part of the solution, but filtration is what makes it safe. Every drop counts in a blackout. A gravity-fed water filter turns tainted water into a life-saving supply. This is one of my most critical supplies. You won't regret putting it on your list. But trust me, don't wait until the next crisis hits. 6. Collapsible water containers. Water is life. During a blackout, it's the first thing you'll run out of, I guarantee it. Without power, water access can vanish in hours. That's why storing water is non-negotiable. I rely on military-grade 5-gallon collapsible containers. They're tough, leak-proof, and built to last. When not in use, they fold flat. No wasted space. That matters when storage is tight. FEMA recommends 1 gallon per person per day. That's laughable. You'll need more. Cooking, cleaning, staying hydrated, it all adds up fast. I store extra gallons. Always plan for unexpected needs or emergencies. Plastic water bottles aren't enough. They run out quickly, and they're terrible for long-term storage. My collapsible water containers are BPA-free and designed for emergencies. I trust them to keep my water safe. Think about this. What happens if stores close? Imagine taps running dry. People will panic. Clean water will become currency. You'll regret not preparing. Don't be that person begging for water. Having water stored means peace of mind. It reduces dependency on unreliable sources. Don't count on public systems to save you. They've failed before. They'll fail again. My advice? Start now. Calculate your family's daily gallon needs. Multiply it by at least 2 weeks. Store accordingly. Don't forget water for hygiene and pets. Prepare before it's too late. Those who don't plan will suffer. You won't. Collapsible water containers ensure that. They're compact, easy to use, and essential in every blackout kit. Water is critical. Don't gamble with it. 7. Water purification tablets. Clean water is a must in a blackout. Without it, survival isn't an option. That's why I stock water purification tablets. Forget fancy filters or boiling water. You need something that works fast. I trust brands like Aquatabs. They purify water in 30 minutes. Quick and effective. Here's the deal. You don't know when clean water might run out. It's smarter to be ready than regret it later. I buy individually wrapped tablets. They last up to 4 years. Bulk bottles are worthless. Once opened, they lose potency fast. Don't make that mistake. Each tablet cleans a liter of water. That's life-saving in a crisis. Storing enough clean water is nearly impossible for long-term situations. These tablets can save you when your supply runs dry. They weigh nothing and take up barely any space. Floods, contaminated pipes, or no tap water. Tablets can save you during any disaster. I keep mine in multiple places. My home, my bug-out bag, and even my car. Because you never know where you'll get caught unprepared. Some people stock up on gadgets or tools they'll never use, but water purification tablets are non-negotiable. When the taps stop running, you'll need them. Those who don't prepare will regret it. You'll need to buy one. Don't be one of them. 8. Rain collection system. Water is gold during a blackout. Without power, municipal water systems may fail. A rain collection system is your backup. I use a 100-gallon collapsible rain barrel. It's portable, takes little space, and does the job. My system includes a first flush diverter. This filters out dirt, leaves, and bird droppings. Clean water fills the barrel while the rest flushes out. One barrel isn't enough. I linked multiple barrels together. Now I can store over 500 gallons at a time. One heavy rainstorm fills them all. That's enough water for cleaning, gardening, or flushing toilets for weeks. It's not drinking water, but I make it work. Why is this critical? When a blackout hits, you'll miss water more than you realize. Hygiene and sanitation go out the window when there's no running water. A rain collection system is easy to set up. It's a no-brainer if you want to survive comfortably. Don't wait for disaster to strike. You can't panic buy water when it's already gone. Rain barrels are cheap now, but will be priceless later. Get a system in place today. After all, what's your plan when the faucets run dry? Relying on bottled water won't cut it. Preparation is survival. A rain collection system guarantees you a basic resource when things go south. 9. Portable butane stove with extra fuel. Cooking during a blackout is critical. A portable butane stove is a lifesaver. It's compact, easy to use, and reliable. Cold cereal gets old fast. I need hot meals when the power's out. I make sure my stove works with both butane and propane. Dual fuel stoves are better for emergencies. Butane struggles in freezing weather. Propane stays effective even when it's below freezing. Flexibility is key. I stock up on fuel in advance. 6 butane canisters are the minimum for a week-long outage. That's assuming 3 meals a day. If the blackout lasts longer, I switch to propane. Fuel storage matters. I keep my canisters in a cool, dry place. Extreme heat can make them unsafe. Leaks are dangerous, so I inspect everything regularly. This stove isn't just for me. If basic services fail, I can help neighbors with a hot meal. It's a small gesture, but it matters during tough times. I practice using my stove before it's an emergency. The last thing I need in a blackout is to waste precious fuel fumbling around. Knowing my gear inside out is non-negotiable. During a long blackout, it's all about self-reliance. Without power, I can't trust modern conveniences. This little stove ensures I can boil water, cook food, and avoid relying on anyone else. Total blackout? No problem. I'm ready. 10. Freeze-dried meals. When the power fails, all those perishables in your fridge are the first to go. I learned this the hard way. Spoiled milk, rotting meat, and wasted money. It's disgusting. That's why I now stock freeze-dried meals with a 25-year shelf life. Companies like Mountain House have made it easy. These meals don't need refrigeration and they're ready in minutes with hot water. No electricity? No problem. Variety is key. You don't want to eat the same thing for weeks. I make sure there's a good mix. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. The flavors may not compare to gourmet, but they sure beat starvation. Plus, they're lightweight, compact, and easy to store. Calories matter. During a blackout, you'll need energy for everything. Hauling water, splitting wood, or just staying warm. I plan for a solid 2,000 calories per person per day. 1 month's supply for my household gives me peace of mind. That's 30 days without stepping foot in a store. Don't gamble on canned goods alone. They're heavy, take up more space, and aren't as long-lasting. Freeze-dried meals are maintenance-free. Descriptions read, they'll be there when you need them, no matter how long the crisis lasts. If you're not already stockpiling these, start now. Get meals that fit your needs and tastes. It's not just smart, it's survival. 11. Manual can opener. A manual can opener is non-negotiable. During a blackout, electric can openers are useless. Your food supply might depend on your ability to open cans. Imagine staring at a stockpile of canned goods but having no way to access it. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I keep a durable, stainless steel manual can opener ready at all times. One stays in my kitchen drawer, another in my emergency kit. This redundancy ensures I'm covered no matter what. The ergonomic handles make it easier to use, even if my hands are tired. Cheap can openers break easily. They'll betray you when you need them the most. Spend extra and get a reliable one. Trust me, it's worth it. You don't want to be cutting cans open with a knife. Dangerous and wasteful. People underestimate how vital this tool is. A good manual can opener isn't just for emergencies. It works when the power's out or when electric gadgets fail. It's simple, foolproof, and always ready. Don't assume you can get one last minute. Stores sell out fast during crises. Stock up now. Keep one in your kit and one in your kitchen. Better prepared than sorry. You'll thank yourself later. 12. Vacuum-sealed dry goods. Vacuum-sealed dry goods are a must for any blackout prep. I'm talking about pasta, oats, coffee, anything that fits in a Mylar bag. Food supply isn't negotiable during a crisis. If you think your cardboard boxes and plastic lids will hold up, think again. Moisture, air, and pests don't care about your pantry's setup. They will ruin your food stash faster than you realize. That's why I vacuum seal everything. I want my food to last. Here's the secret. Use oxygen absorbers. Without them, vacuum sealing is just sealing air inside the bag. That air is what shortens food's shelf life. Oxygen absorbers basically extend your timeline. Dry goods stored properly can last years instead of months. They stay fresh and flavorful too. No one wants to choke down stale, tasteless food when they're already stressed. Vacuum sealing isn't complicated. I use a cheap vacuum sealer, Mylar bags, and a packet of absorbers. Seal, label, and stash the bag somewhere cool and dry. That's it. It's easy and beats losing expensive food to spoilage. Think about how long a blackout could last. Are you truly prepared to feed yourself and your family for weeks, maybe even months? You'll regret overlooking this step if you're caught unprepared. Stock up now. Seal your dry goods well. You'll thank yourself later. 13. Advanced first aid kit with prescription backups. You can't afford to gamble with health during a blackout. A basic first aid kit isn't enough. Mine is stocked with more than just bandages and antiseptic. I include items like quick clot gauze to control serious bleeding fast. Injuries happen when you least expect them, and being ready can save a life. Maybe even your own. Prescriptions are non-negotiable. If you rely on daily medications, you need extras. Talk to your doctor now. I got an emergency supply of my medications approved without much hassle. Don't wait until pharmacies are shut, deliveries are down, or shelves are emptied. A blackout can last for days, weeks, or longer. Running out isn't an option. I don't just grab loose items and toss them in a bag either. My first aid kit is organized and waterproof. I use a sturdy waterproof box to keep everything dry and secure. Wet supplies are useless, and chaos in an emergency costs time you don't have. Add extras like tweezers, scissors, and an emergency medical guide. If you don't know how to use something, learn now. Guessing during an emergency is dangerous. Build the kit right, and know what's in it. This isn't overkill, it's survival. A simple scrape can become infected without proper care. A blackout doesn't pause injuries or illnesses. It amplifies them when resources are unavailable. Make your first aid kit a priority. 14. Dental kit. Emergency dental kit. Dental problems are brutal during a blackout. Tooth pain can derail you. That's why I keep an emergency dental kit ready. It's not optional, it's smart. My kit includes a repair kit for temporary crowns and fillings. These aren't fancy supplies, just basic tools to handle a broken tooth or lost filling. I also keep clove oil. It's a lifesaver for numbing tooth pain. Trust me, if you've dealt with a toothache, you know painkillers just aren't enough. I rotate the supplies every 6 months. Expired products are worthless when you need them most. Don't gamble with outdated items. I stick to dental-grade products. Cheap alternatives can cause more harm than good. Don't cut corners with your teeth. A blackout could mean no dentist for days, maybe weeks. You need to handle minor problems yourself. A chipped tooth or a filling issue might seem small now. During an emergency, it's a big deal. Pain leads to stress. Stress leads to mistakes. Mistakes lead to trouble. Think ahead. Figure out what works for your kit and get it. Ask your dentist for advice. It's better to ask now than suffer later. You don't want to regret your choices when you're in excruciating pain. If you don't already have a dental kit, make it a priority. You'd regret ignoring this critical supply. It might not seem urgent, but it definitely is. Handle dental pain now, or it will handle you when the lights go out. 15. Non-electric medical devices. When the power goes out, I can't rely on digital gadgets to monitor health. That's why I prioritize non-electric medical devices. I keep manual blood pressure cuffs, glucose meters, and thermometers stocked. These tools don't need batteries or chargers to work. They're simple, reliable, and can save a life in an emergency. Without power, hospitals might be overwhelmed or inaccessible. I refuse to depend solely on outside help. Non-electric devices allow me to monitor health at home. They give me control when chaos strikes. If a family member's blood pressure spikes or blood sugar drops, I can take fast action. I practice using these tools before I need them. Waiting until a blackout to learn is a mistake I won't make. During an emergency, I can't waste time reading instructions or fumbling with unfamiliar equipment. Practice ensures accuracy and confidence when it matters most. Some may think digital devices are better. Sure, they're quicker, until they aren't. When the power's out and the batteries die, they're useless. Manual tools never fail. They're not flashy, but they get the job done. Non-electric medical devices aren't expensive. You can get them at pharmacies or online. Stock them now while they're available. Skipping these supplies to save money is dangerous. Your health isn't something to gamble with during a blackout. If the power grid fails, I'm ready to monitor health conditions on my own. Non-electric devices are a small investment with life-saving benefits. I suggest you make them part of your emergency kit too. When the lights go out, you'll be glad you planned ahead. 16. Hand crank emergency radio. A hand crank emergency radio is a must during a blackout. Mine does it all. NOAA alerts, solar charging, and even charging phones. When the power goes out, information is survival, and this radio keeps me updated. It's lightweight too, so I can grab it and go if things get worse. The hand crank means it never needs batteries. I don't have to worry about running out of power after hours or days without electricity. A few cranks and it's ready to go. Solar charging adds to its reliability. Even if the sun's out and I don't want to crank it, I have power. Simple and effective. That USB port has saved my phone more than once. Blackouts aren't just a lack of light, they cut communication. A dead phone is useless, but this radio keeps it alive. Calls, messages, and weather apps stay in reach because of this one tool. Ignoring a hand crank radio is asking for trouble. Depending on your phone or a regular radio with dead batteries isn't a plan. The world won't stop because your area's dark. Your weather warnings, emergency updates, and evacuation notices will be out there. If you can't hear them, you're isolating yourself. This supply gives me peace of mind. It's one less thing to stress about when everything's going wrong. The cost of not having one? Priceless. Radios like these turn chaos into manageable situations. I'll never risk being without it. If you wait until disaster strikes to buy one, good luck finding it in stock. Do yourself a favor, get it now while you can. You won't regret it. 17. Physical maps and emergency contacts. When a blackout hits, electronics are unreliable. Phones die, GPS stops working. You'll need a backup. A physical map is non-negotiable. I keep a detailed map, updated every 3 months. I mark evacuation points, shelters, and alternative routes. No guessing or relying on memory when things go south. Emergency contacts are just as critical. Expect cell towers to fail. I write down phone numbers and addresses in a waterproof notebook. Family, friends, and local shelters are all listed. It's simple. If you lose your phone, you'll still have this. Technology isn't always dependable, that's why I take these steps. Everything is ready, even in complete darkness. Flipping through a waterproof notebook or unfolding a map could save my life. There's no excuse for being caught unprepared. 18. Solar-powered emergency phone. When the grid goes down, don't expect to make calls on a regular smartphone. Towers rely on power too. During a blackout, they're as good as useless. That's why I keep a solar-powered emergency phone. It doesn't depend on the grid. It charges with sunlight and connects to satellites. No need for cell towers. It's reliable when everything else goes offline. I don't wait until I need it to figure out how it works. Test it regularly, understand its features. If I need help or just need to check in with someone, I know it'll work. I also prefer phones with mesh network compatibility. Why? They can link directly to nearby devices. Even without satellites, I can still communicate locally. It's a low-tech feature, but a lifesaver in emergencies, especially useful in remote areas or when satellites are jammed. The solar charging is critical. No scrambling for batteries or electricity. Sunlight is free, and during a blackout, it's one of the few resources I can count on. I leave mine in a spot where it gets sunlight regularly. No point owning one if it's always dead. Nobody thinks of phones as a survival tool until it's too late. Don't be that person. Get one. 19. Portable toilet system with biogel bags. You don't want to deal with human waste piling up during a blackout. Toilets fail when water stops flowing. That's why I got a reliable portable toilet system. It's stable, easy to assemble, and uses snap-lock technology to prevent leaks. The key is the biogel waste bags. These things turn liquid waste into a gel. They block odors and make disposal straightforward. No mess, no smell, no hassle. I bought enough bags to last 3 weeks. Why? Because they sell out the second disaster strikes. Trust me, people panic. Imagine not having this during a blackout. You're stuck improvising, buckets, trash bags, or worse. That's not a place you want to be. A portable toilet gives you a solution, and Biogel makes sure it's manageable. It's one less thing to stress about when everything else is going to hell. It doesn't take much space either. My unit is compact and fits neatly in a closet. The waste bags are sealed and stored alongside. Preparation is easy. When you need it, it's ready to deploy. The peace of mind this gives is worth every penny. Skip this item and you'll regret it. Emergencies are disgusting enough without adding sanitation problems. Do yourself a favor and get one now. 20. Waterless hygiene kit. Without water, staying clean gets tough. Filth piles up fast during blackouts. That's why my waterless hygiene kit is non-negotiable. If you don't have one, you'll regret it. My kit has the essentials. Military-grade waterless shampoo keeps my hair clean without needing a drop of water. It's simple and efficient. Large antibacterial body wipes handle the rest. They clean thoroughly and kill germs on the spot. No water, no problem. Dry toothbrushing powder? A lifesaver. It keeps my teeth fresh and bacteria-free. The whole kit fits in a waterproof bag. This bag matters. It protects everything from spills and damage. I keep it accessible, not tucked away. If I need it, I can grab it instantly. Hygiene during a blackout isn't a luxury. It's survival. Neglect it and you'll risk sickness. A kit like this isn't optional. You might think, I'll just use extra water. That's naive. Water becomes gold during outages. You shouldn't waste it. My kit ensures I stay clean without draining my supply. It's lightweight, easy to pack, and lasts long. Every piece is practical and purposeful. Don't wait until it's too late. Get this kit together now. Blackouts are unpredictable. Preparation gives peace of mind. Without something as basic as hygiene, morale drops fast. Trust me, you don't want to be the one who didn't think ahead.